Hello all, and welcome back to Astrology in the Wild. My name is Kei Tyler, and today we're talking about the astrology for the next coming week. Today, August 27th, and I'm going to end the broadcast on September 2nd, which will be next Saturday. If you are looking to see how to improve one's experience for the week, then let's get started. We're going to start with yesterday's energies. I don't know how you all felt, but it felt like a very difficult day to get through. Some of us could have been realizing some things, realizing where there might be some needs for improvement, and just kind of wondering how we're going to get there exactly. So the Capricorn moon definitely brings structure. It helps us manage our time, and it helps establish our connection to results. So change that is result-oriented is what's good for right now. You can't control everything, and not everything can be changed or is within your power to change. So the Capricorn moon allows you to see where in your life, along with the Virgo sun, where in your life that could actually be implemented, where that actually can be practical, because we want to prepare for things that we can't control and be really okay with it. This could be a really productive time to get things done. So if you've got those little nagging lists, or a drawer you want to clean out, or a particular area that you want to beautify or make it more aesthetically pleasing, this weekend is the weekend for that. And today's the last day. So utilize that if you feel that it's within you. Saturday, the sun is directly opposing Saturn. So you're being tested, you're being pushed to the limit, and that's because you're coming to a newer boundary within yourself, expanding yourself wider. If you are feeling heavy right now, and the weight of the world is on your shoulders, never fear. This is going to pass, but it depends on where you are in your evolution that this could be an experience for you. If you're not feeling very heavy, you could be feeling very light. So that lightness can usually come from being really grounded in yourself and having been able to make the changes necessary, having the space, having the privilege and opportunity to make change. And those of us who kind of feel stuck or stagnant could be feeling quite heavy. With Mercury in retrograde, we could really be seeing the details of our daily functions with crystal clarity. So I just want to tell a small story. Since Mercury has been in retrograde, I've been noticing all of the little things that I do from my day-to-day that seem really out of place. So one thing I noticed that I do is I actually go around the house, and throughout the day, if I feel like I'm going to be walking on carpet or walking on something I don't want to get dirty, I'll just walk out of my shoes wherever I am. And it's usually slippers or something like that. If I have tennis shoes on, that's not really a thing. But slippers or sandals, I will just slip right out of them. They'll be in the middle of the room. That does not work. That does not create function in your house. It creates a mess. And, over time, those things build up if you leave a shirt here, if you do this, if you do that. So really addressing kind of how you place things and how it adds to the aesthetically pleasing part of your life, but the reason why you created all of that stuff for yourself, so that it could be something that you love and you hold on to, not something that you despise every time you walk by the corner and you realize that it's just gross and it needs an overhaul. We could be experiencing disorganization, crisis, showing up late, forgetting our appointments. Is to understand that we need and want better for ourselves and to set up the right systems in order to make that happen. So it's just not always a given. We're not always all gifted in all of the things that make the world function. And today, Sunday, we're starting to see Mars in the sign of Libra. It went into that sign today. And so when Mars moves into the sign of Libra, we can see that we're in a seeding phase. Our way of living and directing our lives and feeling inspired and feeling ignited by life is going to be through an experience of other people and experiencing what we are not to understand what we are. We're going to be seeking kind of a mirrored experience of our life and wanting and desiring something that's quite different than what's been happening. So you can see now that you want to be a better version of yourself. You can envision that in your mind. Visualization is extremely important. It's a really great way of manifesting. That is how we manifest, not just by saying things with our mouth, but actually sitting in silence and using our visual imagination. I know there are some people in the world who are not able to have a mind's eye, but if you are a person who's listening who has a mind's eye that can see things when you close your eyes and can envision a particular experience happening, use this time to seed an experience that you're looking to have. That way, your aura, that way your energetic body is saying to the world, I'm ready to receive. Because Libra is a receiving sign. It's a sign of wanting to see what's out there, wanting to see what's being projected out to you. But at some point, as a Libra, you have to make the decision to go forward and actually do the thing. So who will you reach out to? You know, who will you seek to fulfill the needs that you're looking to improve upon? Or who are you looking to show your work to? You know, maybe you're in a point in your life where there's something really exciting that you're coming upon and you really want to share the news. This would be a really good time. This is a good time to practice your craft on your friends. This is a time to give your gift of the world to someone or people that you want to win the affections of. Winning the affections of a particular group, of the masses, of someone who's really looking for something of value is really high right now. And so you could be making alliances, you could be working together with people, and you could just really all out be seeking things that you truly desire. That we move Monday into Tuesday. Wednesday we come into the full moon in Pisces, and that video is available here for you to watch, so we won't go over all of that, but just know that it's a really beautiful time to use what's available to you and for spiritual connection. So don't let things pass you by. Be inquisitive about what's going to happen. So don't be afraid to catch that video. Friday, the moon will come into the sign of Aries, and it will be opposing Mars in Libra. And what that just means is the sun is opposite Mars. And so you could be feeling personally invested in the new direction that you're taking and could be feeling the pressure of making those moves necessary. You know, at least we're establishing clarity here, right? I mean, that's what we're here for. In terms of the Mercury retrograde and all the planetary energies, we're trying to just make things better. You know what I mean? In the next coming video, it's going to be coming out for Sunday, of course, next week. We'll be discussing on finding good resources for growth and potentially where we can increase our money. As the moon moves into Taurus, out of Aries and into Taurus, we have the opportunity to manifest. So again, we've been talking about manifesting, using our imagination, our visualization techniques, envisioning something, feeling it within ourselves, and believing that it's true before it actually happens. And that might be hard to do today on Sunday, but as we move the days along, you could have more faith in that vision than you did today. So get your stuff done and don't dwell. Lastly, I wanted to tell you about how possibly the body could be affected and what you could do to prepare yourself for a really good time. So with a desire to tune out or numb out, which is potentially a thing even today, we could just be consuming. You know, yesterday I think I just wanted to eat bowl after bowl of popcorn. It just felt good to, you know, just to do that, to just soothe myself with food. And so maybe that might be you. Maybe you're soothing yourself with things to watch. Maybe you're engrossing yourself with something that really interests you and gets your mind off of the details. I think that these things are part of rest. And as long as you're doing healthy forms of action as a counter to that, enjoy, you know what I mean? But being aware of it is good as well. So having things that we love, things that we enjoy to do, working with our hands, and having time to spend with others is going to be really nice to bring us out of that period of feeling numb. So finding the ebbs and flows still with Mars and Venus, of knowing and learning when to receive, when to be completely okay with allowing things to come to you and taking a rest, and when it's time to rise to the occasion and put forth the action, because it's not going to move itself. You know what I mean? So with all that said, one way that you can get into this in a ritualistic kind of a way is really still observing the aesthetics around you. There's got to be some beautiful places, beautiful things, colors, patterns that may be in your awareness or that you can place yourself in that will give you a deep appreciation for life, because that's where you want to be in order to make effective change with anything that you're looking to transform. You need to have these things around you, things that are visual representations of the new life that you're moving into. We want to make space for flexibility. So this is how we're going to start dropping down into the body. When we make room for flexibility within our joints, our ligaments, our tendons, our fascia, we give the opportunity for more comfort when change has to come around. So change gets stuck in the body when we feel stiff and immovable, right? So again, if you're going to develop a practice this week for yourself, if you have an ever-changing practice like myself and you're not always doing yoga, or you're not always doing weightlifting, or if you don't do anything at all, maybe just focusing on the lower body is good enough. So if you're really good at stretching the lower body, you have some things in your arsenal already that you do, focus on that. If you do squats, focus on that. Doing a lot of mountain pose and downward dog and those types of things, working in order to work on the hips, buttocks and thighs, and helping to align the knees and the ankles. These are all stacking functions within our body. We have to see that the lower half of our body and the upper half of our body are two things that move in a different direction. So if you think of Sagittarius and being the centaur that it is, it's got a human upper body. So when you move from the navel up, one starts to become more human as they have more consciousness. And the lower part of our body is what Jung describes as the animus part of ourselves, the animal primal nature. This is where we have babies. This is where our sexual connection comes from. And so really working on that lower foundation can bring a lot of good solidity in your life, and so it'll support the higher functions like the mind and being open with the heart and using your voice. And so in addition to this, we want to prevent back pain due to worries about money. They always say when your back is hurting, when you're having issues with sciatica, those are kind of Saturn issues that are stagnant at the base of the spine. And this turns into a segue of, I really love putting together practices that are aligned with the planets, the body, the chakras, and learning how to connect that with the mind so that we can really be more quiet when we need it. I've just designed a practice about the base chakra. I really enjoy it. It really makes me feel amazing. I'm designing the music for it at the moment, and it'll be coming out soon. So in that, I say, if you need a practice that is going to offer you personable experience, someone who's going to know your chart, who's going to know your propensities and be there for you when you run into upsets, if you need someone who's going to look at your chart and understand where in the body you are having blockages and looking for someone who has the strategies and tools to help work with that, I'm your gal, okay? Go to my website, astrologyinthewild.com. I have 2 affordable options. You can just drop in once, or you can have a membership and we can meet once a week and develop a really good relationship around clearing your energetic body and you having the opportunity to discuss what's happening in your life spiritually and having someone who can be on the receiving end and help guide you through it. That's it on that part. So it's a 1-hour practice. And with that said, Venus and Mars in the chart, we are focusing on balance, So we want an even amount of pumping the heart, resting, receiving, processing, and eliminating. So it's not all about working super, super hard. It's about working hard and giving body time to recuperate, time to reform itself, for muscles to reshape themselves. Feel good in the fact that sometimes it doesn't always look the same every day, but that you are understanding that you are tending to yourself differently from day to day. And if you can see yourself as a changing individual, as the moon changes every 2.5 days, then you can see that there are different needs that you have to make your life complete throughout the whole 30-day cycle. Okay, right? So start looking for new sources of inspiration, voices of change, really great stories that move you and add value and language to an experience that you're looking to have, or one that just you've been looking to find more information about. Searching for new music is a lot of fun right now. If you have a Spotify account or Pandora, listen to something you've not listened to before, because when Mercury is in retrograde, we can hear the lovely patterns, the small nuances, and the layering that happens in music. I'm making music right now. I love to make music during Mercury retrograde because you start to see where there are holes and you know where they've got to be filled. You can start to notice imperfections really easily, but also you can notice what is perfect and what is naturally just good to be in the energy of. So, new music. You are in a time of preparing yourself for resiliency. You are in a time of expanding yourself, and when you expand a container that is small and outgrown, it can be painful. And so try not to remain there in the mind. Reach out to me, go to my website, reach out to me if I can help you with something, if I can offer you something at a lower rate because you're in a particular place. Don't keep yourself stuck. Reach out. That's what I mean about using Mars in Libra. Reach out. Ask someone for help. Even if you don't have the resources available to reciprocate anything back. Sometimes people are placed in this world for you to lean upon, to learn something from, and to add more value in your life. Just be aware that the middle of the week, you might need a little bit more rest, and your dreams may be wild, okay? So just give yourself plenty of time to be in that, to disconnect and connect and disconnect and connect, so that you can get a healthy balance of both and not feel like one is superseding the other and you never get a chance to, yada, 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 okay? Again, I offer readings for a really great discounted rate at the moment. So if you're looking to know who you are astrologically, to know how these energies are affecting you personally, you can go to my website, astrologyinthewild.com, and schedule your own personal reading and or work with me personally and develop a good, flexible yoga practice that will help move the energetic body and help remove blockages in one's life. Thank you so much. I am so happy to be here, and that you clicked on this video, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'll see you next Sunday, and enjoy your life. Oh, subscribe.